Taurus, this is your tarot reading for the month of May, coming from the mountains of Java. By the time you see this, it should be Eid, so I should wish you Eid Mubarak, or as we say in Indonesia, Selamat Hari Raya Idul Fitri. Taurus, I really hope that you get something from this reading, and if you do, if you could help me out by hitting the subscribe button, hitting the bell, and hitting the like button, and making a comment, it would really help me with these YouTube algorithms. But Taurus, this reading is about you, and I sincerely hope that you get something from it. Now I'll be using probably 2 decks, but out of 3 decks. So the first deck is Tarot Nusantara, the second deck is the Steampunk deck, and the third deck is the Light Visions Tarot. Tarot Nusantara is actually a new one to me, which I love, whereas the Light Visions I've struggled with as a result of the rendering. Although I think I'll grow into it, I will keep using it and coming back to it. You can see on all of them I'm using quite a lot of salt, and that's to clear the energy and the spirits from them, something that I do fairly regularly with my tarot. And I also, you'll see a number of Jimat there that I use just to bring a good energy to the tarot and to my reading. Call on the spirits of the mountain to assist me in shuffling the cards, in selecting the cards, and interpret them correctly for Taurus for May 2022. Taurus, I'm sure this reading is about money or wealth or affluence, material things anyway. And part of the reason for that is if you look at the middle card, this is the energy that runs through it all, and that's the 8 of Pentacles. That's you maybe learning a new skill, maybe in college, university, learning something new that will be of benefit to the future. In your recent past, we have the 5 of Cups. That's you having somewhat of a pessimistic outlook on life. A glass half full type of card. But now you're experiencing the star card, a card of hope, card of new hope maybe. And following on from that, in the future we have the Fool card. This is you going off on a journey, new beginnings, very hopeful. The card impacting on the outcome is the 8 of Wands. This is you being quite certain in your priorities, quite certain in what you want to do, having a sense of direction and going there quickly. But the card that would prevent that outcome is a beautiful card, the 10 of Cups. Many blessings, probably affluence, certainly happy families. And the outcome is the 4 of Pentacles. This suggests a somewhat unhealthy attitude towards money. Maybe even, I sometimes call it the miser card. Although the last time it cropped up in a reading, it was anything but. Or, sorry, it was a highly justified being careful with money. Let us look at each card individually to see what it's really telling us. So Taurus, the energy running through it all is this 8 of Pentacles. I call it the apprenticeship card. And you look at it, well, yeah, he's made 6 Pentacles. He's working on a 7th, and there's an 8th there ready to do. He's looking a bit fed up with it. So it's like a skill acquisition. I mean, it could be that you're in learning, you could be in college or university. Maybe you're learning a new skill. I'm certain because of the other cards, it is to do with material things. It is to do with money, so to do with jobs. Well, probably to do with jobs. You're learning a skill for your future employment, or sorry, it could be for the employment that you've already got. Now, this card runs throughout, this energy runs throughout the entire reading. So I must look at all the other cards in relation to this one. In recent past, we have the Five of Cups. This is a card of sort of glass half empty. It's a card of pessimism. I mean, maybe you have good reason for that pessimism, but it is a sort of a psychological thing because you're not seeing the opportunities around you. You look at the card, well, yeah, 3 cups are falling over and she's focusing on that, but there's 2 full cups behind her. But I think even more importantly, there's a river there, or a kali as we call it in Indonesia, with a bridge leading to a beautiful village and a Hindu temple. So with just a bit of lateral thinking, there are some good things for you. So I think this was a temporary feeling you had. Your current energy, Taurus, is the Star card. So I think that depression, as it were, or that pessimism was temporary, because this is the opposite. This is a card of hope. Card of great hope, in fact. It could be a spiritual rebirth even. But I really believe you've got a new way of thinking, and I think it is that you've... Maybe the depression was you were in a job that was going nowhere. As I said in somebody else's reading recently, maybe you were a nurse or an Amazon warehouse worker, and you know, you're not really making enough money to pay the bills, let alone save any. And so you're that little bit depressed, but this is you saying, I'm going to do something about it. So I'm going to get some more qualifications, or I'm going to learn a new skill. That's what I think it is. So it's a rebirth in you, something that is full of hope. You look at it, it does feel like a card full of hope. She is tipping out, is it wine, is it water from that goblet, like a fresh start, also tipping out. I've misinterpreted this in the past. She's got what we call a kendri in her hand, a water jug, and she's tipping that out as well. So it's like getting rid of the old and embracing the new. Very much embracing the new. Don't know what it will bring, but you know, it's got rid of this sort of pessimism, very much so. Now, completely in fitting with what I've said so far, is we now have the Fool card. This is your future energy. So this is you embarking off on something new, a new journey, going somewhere new. You look at the card, he's got all his belongings in his bag on his back. His little dog's following him, maybe even chasing him, maybe telling him something. What's he telling him? Well, you're going off on this journey with a wide-eyed innocence, and there will be pitfalls, but also it may work out very well. But certainly there's a pitfall coming up because he's about to walk off a cliff, and the little dog is warning him. I think that's the sun, isn't it, rather than the star? Yeah, that's the sun in the sky. So you are going to be blessed as well. So it's, yeah, you know, the star card could be a sort of a refreshment, a spiritual rebirth. Maybe it's not spiritual, but I think it's a rebirth in you. You know, a new optimistic you has come out. Now, the card impacting on the outcome is the Eight of Wands. And again, this is in fitting because it's suggesting that you've got a new sense of direction. You know where you're going. You know why you're going there. And you're going there with a degree of pace. So I think it's very good after that pessimism. It's a very good omen after the pessimism. You really have sorted yourself out, got your mojo. You're optimistic at last. And I think you're optimistic because, you're back at college or university, or you're learning a skill. You're learning something which you believe will be useful in the future. So, yeah, I think a good card. Nice reading so far. Now, Taurus, the card that would change the outcome, or indeed alter the outcome, well, alter, let us say, nullify the outcome, if you like, is the Ten of Cups. It's a card of blessings, but it's a card of happiness. It's probably a card of happy families, a card of love. So I'm wondering if this new direction you've got has made you somewhat too materialistic. And this is a card saying, no, enjoy life, count your blessings, enjoy life. It's good you're no longer pessimistic, but you don't have to be this Eight of Wands, rushing off, making money, enjoy your family, enjoy what you've got. You look at the card, the 10 cups above the head, well, that could just be love, it might not be money. But they look to be dressed very well, and they do look to be very much in love. They've got a family there. They've got many blessings. So I think it's a card to enjoy the little things in life. Don't get too carried away with materialism. Because Taurus, the outcome is the Four of Pentacles. Now, I call it the Miser's card. And I think in these circumstances, the Miser's card isn't a bad one. I think it's about your attitudes towards money. And do you know what I think it is? Going back to you, say, maybe working in an Amazon warehouse, and you were thinking, I'm never saving any money, I'm never doing anything. I think you have gone back into learning. You are trying to create something for the future. But remembering your past, it's made you that little bit too materialistic. Maybe times are still tough. Maybe you're still working in an Amazon warehouse and are at college. So, there isn't a great deal of money. But it's reminding you to be happy, I think. That the last card's reminding you to be happy. Certainly compared to what I used to have, I don't have very much money now. Well, I don't earn any money at all. I haven't for 10 years. And with this health crisis, my movements have been very restricted. I've not been anywhere. I've not left the island of Java in over 2 years now. And, I'm a little bit frustrated. I don't have a great deal of money to buy myself out of any problems I might face. My money's dwindling. I don't have the money to pay for a very expensive operation on my stepdaughter's leg. And I think it's made me a little bit miserly. And this is a warning against that. Because, I have a very loving family, and you can't always have this miserly attitude because it gets you into that depression that you were in before again. Yeah, I think that's what it's about. But let's get some clarity, Taurus. And I'd like some clarity on this Four of Pentacles. And the first card of clarity is the Seven of Cups. Now, this does suggest to me that maybe the course of action you've chosen isn't working out so well. Things aren't going so well, maybe. The next card is the Lover's card. You think you're doing it for, or did you choose a lover? No, I don't think so. No, I think you're doing it for your family. And the final card is the Ace of Pentacles, which is new financial beginnings. Very interesting. Very interesting. Now, as I say, the first card of clarity is this Seven of Cups card. And this is you having different opportunities to choose from. But not all of them are good opportunities. You look at the card, you look at the cups there. I mean, cup with a castle, that might be nice. A cup with a heart might be nice. But I doubt if you'd want a cup with a snake in it. So it may be that the course of action you've chosen, as I say, I see you going back into learning. Is it that the learning that you're doing is the wrong thing? Or is it that you've simply realised that the career that you first took, so maybe it was a bit more than a warehouse person in a Amazon warehouse, wasn't the right one. I'm not sure. It could be either. But certainly something isn't going quite as you'd like. And I think that's leading to what I call your miserly attitude. And the next card we have is the Lover's card. Now, this is about love. It's about a divine love. Sorry, I say it's about love. It could be a new friend. It could be partnership. But I'm pretty certain it's about love. Now, it could be a new love. It could be that, you've got a family and you've got something on the side. But I don't think that's it. I think the reason you're saving money is for the family. But in doing so, you're getting into a degree of pessimism that's affecting the family. And you need to look to your family and at times, yes, be generous with your family, even though you're trying to save money for them. But we all need to have some fun. And I think that's what it is, because of you could, it could send you back into the pessimism that clearly you're prone to, Taurus. Yeah. Final card of clarity is the Ace of Pentacles, new financial opportunities. Now, as I've kept saying, I've thought the whole thing's about finance. This could be you seeking new financial opportunities, or it could be them just coming your way. Of course, if you're learning a new trade, you are seeking those new financial opportunities, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah. And, as I say, so going back to the Amazon warehouse person, which I've just said maybe it isn't that, but, going back to that, and that you've gone back, you're also part-time at university or college to pick up more qualification to get out of it, then that would make sense with these new financial opportunities, and maybe times are tight. So I think overall what we're saying is that we can understand your attitude towards money, but do think of your family. Don't get pessimistic over it. Things are going to turn out okay for you, Taurus. They really are. So you need to be happy. I'm not going to talk about the law of attraction. Those of you who know me will know I'm a bit sniffy about it. But yeah, good things attract good things. They do. Taurus, although I'm pretty clear that this is about money or finances, it's quite a psychological reading as well, which is no surprise. This new Centaur always are quite psychological. In the recent past, you've been a little bit pessimistic, glass half full. You've not been seeing the opportunities. I've been saying all along that maybe you got a job in an Amazon warehouse, but it could be anything, But I think you don't feel that you're earning enough money to do what you want to do, certainly not to save any money. And as a result of that, I think you look to gain more skills or qualifications. It's something of a rebirth for you. It's here you've been pessimistic, You say, right, I'm going to do something about it, and you're full of hope. And you go off, of course, yes, you go off to acquire something new. And not everything goes according to plan. It's okay, don't worry about it, but not everything goes according to plan. But, if you keep doing enough things, I promise you things are going to turn out all right for you in the end. But what does happen is, because you've got this new lease of life, you've got a great sense of direction, a great sense of vigour, which is lovely after you having been stymied with depression. But I think maybe your initial direction isn't the right one. What this all leads up to, because of you've had you started off in depression because I don't think you've got enough money coming in. It's made you a little bit too cautious with money, and you'll turn round to me and say, look, if you'd experienced what I'd experienced, you'd be cautious with money. And I'm in the same boat, believe me. I'm in the same boat. Yeah. So there's a little warning from the universe that, you probably do need to save money. But you've got family, I think. You've certainly got a love. And it's not right on them to be mean with them just as you're being mean with yourself, because you'll send everything into depression. And there definitely are new financial opportunities coming up. So it's saying, think of those you love, think of your family, think of those around you. Get pleasure from them, because they are a source of great pleasure. Get pleasure from those you love. And if you can be more positive, and I shun talking about the law of attraction, but if you can be more positive in yourself, you will attract better luck, and there is better luck for you coming up, Taurus. There really is. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed Tarot from Java as an addition to my channel, The Magic of Java. Please take a look at the other videos that I have on this channel about magic from Java, and I hope that you will become a subscriber. Now, if you want to hear your next tarot reading, hit the button, and that will inform you of when I publish new readings. I'm certainly going to do a reading for every month, but maybe I will try them a bit more frequently, say a mid-month reading, and maybe also some special readings. But above all, thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you, and enjoy Java.